And to my mind, the first time I heard the word Gen Z was in 2018. And in 2018, I heard Gen Z in Sudan. And how I heard it, someone walks into Sudan and says to a generation in Sudan, separate yourself from all other generations. You are generation Gen Z. You are the smartest generation that ever lived. You've got technology. You're smarter than your fathers. Take your panga, go kill your fathers. Hashtag Bashir must go. And the children of Sudan woke up and went to the streets. And they agitated. Hashtag Bashir must go. And as they were agitating, CNN was beaming it live. BBC was beaming it live. Al Jazeera was beaming it live. And the young people were on the streets. Bashir must go. And they fell their government. And the moment they fell their government, cameras are switched off. Today we are neighbors to Sudan. And we do not even have an idea what is happening in Sudan. But I can report to you that after government fell in Sudan, it heralded the era of anarchy. Started with those same young people. If you look into your media, the same kids who are on the streets agitating. First it's the boys. Kichwa inakanyagwa na boot kwa streets, unaona akili inamwagika huko kwa streets. The young people, I don't think there is any country, including Congo today, that has a bigger disaster of rape as a weapon in war than what is happening in Sudan today. And the blackout switched off from the world, that even us who are their neighbors, today Larry Madowo can come from Atlanta, land in Kenya, go to Rwanda, go to Congo, but never step in Sudan and never report about what is happening in Sudan. I bring this because this is where we are today. That if this is the fourth industrial revolution, who owns it? Am I manufacturing chips in Kenya? Am I manufacturing devices? Am I into quantum physics and quantum computing? Am I a holder of the fiber optic cable? Do I manufacture it when I'm laying it? Am I manufacturing the phones where we are receiving conversation? And the screen itself could be a discussion that could take us a whole week discussing how we come from Fox Drive-In, where we are receiving information as a community. We reduce the screen to a TV, where now the conversation goes to a home. Then reduce that screen to a computer, which I'm using personally. Then reduce that screen to something that I talk to alone. That today when I go into the house, the dad has his machine, the mom has their machine, the child has their machine, and everybody is there in their own small world. And speaking to the development in history, then we become the first ever generation that it was for welcome Mahesh and Karibu Sana. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome the Honorable Fio Nefio. That's how politics works. Make a grand entrance, be fashionably late, and there will be a way of receiving you. So let's receive Mahesh with a good round of applause. Mahesh, I'm gliding into your ground without your permission. Niko huko. Karibu sana. So the conversation about how we come from that big screen that we are consuming as a community to a place where I am in my own small world, then starts to speak to the conversation that we shall be having next week about addictions. Because that person devising the algorithms and the devices in Silicon Valley understands the psychology, the philosophy, and the sociology of humanity that they shall build into X, into TikTok, into Facebook, that which speaks to the same hormones that drugs speak to. That today, if I am a young person, and in my generation, we could log in and log out. But today, there is a child who will never be offline throughout their life. And so we become the first generation in humanity that will not be able to transit all the knowledge that we have to the next generation. Because our Gen Z conversation has taken root that you guys are in a new world, and what your father is saying, what your government is saying, what your church and the mosque is saying is nonsense, and it ends with that generation, and you are a new generation, and your new church, your new mosque shall be the device.